Alright. Let me just adjust the volume a little bit here. And I think we're ready to go. Probably should disable the tutorial, but you know what? We're not going to. Okay. So, thankfully for me, I want to play the cool faction. And thankfully they're already unlocked because I have been playing this on my Steam Deck a little bit. And Steam did its thing and synced my saves properly and everything. So I don't have to play Folktales until... Because normally these guys are unlocked by playing the first faction for a bit. We'll explain the differences between the factions later, but... For now... Diorama's a really fun map, but it's also really small. I want something a bit bigger. I think Mountain Range is the one I played on last... Here, let's... Does it tell me what map this was on? No, it doesn't. That's unfortunate. You might have to just try a few of these until I find the one I actually like. I kind of want one that's got hard terrain and also large. Thousand Island has a lot of water. Terraces, I don't know if I've ever played this one. Let's try it. See what it looks like. Normal difficulty, of course. Okay. That looks stupid. Let's see. We'll stick to the old tried and tested naming scheme. Okay, so what's the water look like on this map? That's the most important thing. This is a large map. Don't know if I like the water routing though. I can always fix that. Okay, where are the big water sources? Over there. And up here. Okay, so this could be dammed relatively easily. It's quite a large starting plateau. I just don't really like this one very much. Doesn't seem very interesting. Also, I remember being able to zoom out more than this. My brain is probably playing tricks on me, though. Yeah, I don't know about this map. Yes, yes, you want feedback, I know. Tough. Okay. So let's delete that one. And let's make a new one. Okay, let's see. That one was terraces. Let's see what meander looks like. The name does not inspire confidence, but let's see what it looks like. I want one that has relatively straightforward rivers, preferably in a canyon. Most of these maps I've never really looked at. So we're probably going to do some map hopping for a bit until I find a good one. Okay. This one might have some potential. Okay. Plenty of metal around. It's a bit on the smaller side. A little bit of damming would result in a new river running through here easily enough. Don't know whether that's something I would actually want or not, though. Removing a dam here would result in this filling with water and probably staying that way year-round. Early game. Getting a dam built probably across... Okay, that is a little problematic. Namely, this cliff here reduces the amount of farmable area and removes easy access to the water. Although it's not a serious issue. Over on this side, there is easy access to close to the water level right through here. This one definitely has potential. I want to look at a couple other maps first. But this is a strong contender right now. Okay. We're not going to delete that save, because I'm probably going to return to it, to be honest. I don't think I've ever looked at this map either. I should probably just go top to bottom. Plains honestly sounds boring, though, and it's recommended, which means it can be easy terrain, and I don't really want easy terrain. That is a problem with that map I was just looking at. It's got a nice river, but it's easy terrain. Wait for this to load up quickly. I wonder if there's enough water around here. Okay, this is just gigantic ponds. Interesting terrain around the ponds, but the ponds themselves are... Here. There's got to be something in settings that allow you to zoom out farther. Unlock camera, maybe? That's a little better. I think. Okay, I don't really like this map. It's got potential, but if you really wanted to make the most of it, you would pretty much have to pump out some of these, which is not impossible. But you'd have to dam off some of the entrances and pump out some of the circles. Maybe carefully restrict water access into it and have small lakes in the center for irrigation or something. It'd be an interesting engineering challenge. And I'm starting to talk myself into it already. It's just not the kind of engineering problem I'm really looking at for this one. So let's go back to the main menu. Okay, let's delete that save. Rather delete the settlement. New game. Okay, that was Beaver Rome. We haven't looked at Canyon. I don't think I've ever looked at Canyon when I was looking for... I've looked at a couple maps when I was looking for a good map to play on my Steam Deck. before very quickly deciding on diorama, which is an interesting map, but it's way smaller than what I want for this, unfortunately. Okay. This possibly has potential. It's got a pretty small river. Fairly straightforward. Lots of potential for building onto the cliffs. Potential for splitting the river, which... one problem with this game is that the amount of water you have is the amount of water you have. And there's no way to increase it. So there's no way to, for example, make a larger river and have water flowing through both of those in a reasonable amount. Could probably remove this dam and have a thin skin of water flowing down through there. But basically you'd have to reduce flow on one side or the other to make it flow on both, which isn't possible. This one definitely has potential as well. In particular, you could dam off, like, say, this opening and pump water into here. It's a lot of icons. Yeah, it's standard city builder. There can be a lot going on. I don't know if this is the map, though. It has strong potential. But I just don't know if this is the map I want to play. I think this one's probably... let's go look at this one again. Actually, here, let's save our game first. And let's load up that one. Don't remember which map this one was now. Oh, Meander. Yeah, this one is definitely much larger, flatter areas to build on, which is less interesting. I think this one's out of the running. Canyon is just more interesting. Okay, so let's delete this one. Yes. And let's try loading up this one, which I don't remember what map I used for this ancient save. Yes, I'm going to try to load it. This is from a very, very long time ago. I'm kind of curious what all is in this save. I wonder if it's the save I think it is. To be clear, I'm not loading this one to look at maps. I'm loading this one because I'm curious. Oh, this place. Okay, I remember this place. I don't really want to play on this map, though. It's too easy. I could have sworn I had a house or two built on top of that. Anyway, let's not look at that too much. We want to go back to the main menu. Yes, we do. Let's go ahead. Create a new game. Okay. So this one was out. Not the interesting challenge, not the kind of challenge I'm looking for. This one's the current runner-up. Diorama is interesting, but too small. Helix Mountain. I looked at that when I was looking at stuff to do with Steam Deck. Wasn't interested. Lakes, I don't think I've looked at. Meander was the one we just said no to. Mountain Range was the one we were just looking at, that I had the whole city built on. Terraces we looked at, said no. Thousand Islands. Let's look at Waterfalls. I think I looked at this as a Steam Deck one and passed it up as well. You have better CPU now. I think CPU is why X4 loads slow. Pretty happy. Yeah, it's definitely CPU bound, because there's no way it's as slow as it loads. There's no way it is disk bound or anything. Okay, what was wrong with this one? Oh, no, wait. This is island. What? Okay, this is not the map I thought it was then. Okay, what map was this? I wish it showed the map here. Okay, we will delete that settlement. He's crap phone. Okay, waterfalls was the one I just looked at. For some reason I thought that was like mountain range. I don't know why I did. Okay, waterfalls is an interesting map, but we're not playing that. Let's look at mountain range. There's a solid chance we'll end up going with Canyon. Okay, what's this one like? No. It's a tiny little river in a mountain. Yeah. There's just a little bit of water. And if I really wanted to make this place green and livable all over, I would have to somehow pump water all over the whole damn map. Yeah, it's not happening. Okay. Let's go back to this one. I think this is what we're going to play. Okay. We got a nice little starting area. Reasonable amount of wood available right off the start. Hopefully enough water. Plenty of readily accessible metal. Terraced building area. Yeah, okay. So, first things first. We need to get wood chopping. So we got a lumberjack, or wait, no, first things first, we need to lay out some path. So grab some path. Pull some over there to the trees. Get some over here to that level. Boom. Get a little bit of food in the form of some gatherer flags. 2 of them should be way more than enough, actually. Yeah, they'll be able to reach up here and over here. Okay. Wood cutting. We'll plunk down a lumberjack flag or 2. Right opposite from the gatherer flags. Then we need to order some trees to be cut. I'm going to order them to cut these dead ones, because why not? Might as well get rid of those. And then cut these over here. And yeah, that'll do for now. Okay. And next after that is water. Our water problem is going to be multifold. Okay. Namely, we are going to have to work on damming the river as soon as we possibly can. Go ahead and mark a path through the trees to get rid of. No, wait. I don't want to build the dam there. You build the dam here. Where should I put my first dam? I want to preserve as much water as I can. keep as much of the green area green all year round as I can. But yet I want the dam to be as small as possible, so right through here is probably going to be my best bet. So we'll order that destroyed. Path like so. Like that. And then we will place some dam right through there. Okay. Get the little beavers to work. Get to work, you lazy bastards. Okay, how many beavers do we have? 7? We probably should build a breeding pod somewhere to keep these alive. So like that. Now, the Iron Teeth are a technology-focused faction, as opposed to the other one, which is not technology-focused. Specifically, the Iron Teeth clone baby beavers in these breeding pods. So, to keep your population steady, you kind of have to have the right number of breeding pods to just kind of keep everything right. Folktails are a little easier that way because you just build houses and they'll automatically have kids enough to fill the houses up and then they'll stop. With Iron Teeth, assuming you're feeding them properly and all that, you want roughly, I think it is about 1 breeding pod per like 16 or so beavers, I think it is. Very roughly. That depends also on life expectancy stuff. And oh wait, they changed well-being around, didn't they? Okay. So the whole well-being system is completely different. It used to be each and every basic need, or every need for that matter, had its own bonus associated with it. Now apparently they have, what do I call it? Now apparently it's a cumulative, get over a certain well-being to get a certain bonus. Wait, where are the bonuses? Does it list them somewhere? I don't see anything immediately. Okay. That does make some of the arguably less useful. Oh, crap. We might lose all our beavers because I was being an idiot. Okay. You are absolutely top priority. How many logs is this going to require? 12. Yeah, please stop building that. Thank you. Anyway, beavers are very picky. They won't drink river water. They'll only drink it after it's been filtered through a pump. Okay, everybody hurry up, please. Build the pump. Chop chop. Or choo choo, as the case may be. There we go. Pump is available. Beavers assigned. Everybody run past and get their drink. Hopefully before anybody dies of thirst. Okay. I'm massively jumping the gun on this, what do I call it? This dam, by the way. We don't need it for quite a while yet, but... Would whichever one of you idiots works here please pump faster, because we have people who are in need of water. Like this dude here. I would prefer not to have dead beavers, thank you. Okay. Number of thirsty beavers are slowly going down. Crisis is mostly averted. Okay. Now, we really need to start worrying about food much faster than you might otherwise think, because it has a strong potential to sneak up and bite you in the butt. So we're going to go for some carrots. Quite a lot of carrots, actually. Because everybody likes carrots. Oops. And before anybody says, oh, I thought beavers ate wood. No, beavers don't actually eat wood. They will eat, like, young bark and stuff like that sometimes. Maybe a few young twigs, but they eat a lot of berries and just general greenery. And if a beaver can get their hands on some carrots, they would be delighted. Okay. So we need a water tank. Okay, everybody seems to be doing okay as far as thirst goes. Farmer's hut is going fairly well. I need to get an inventor going soon because I need the research for... where should I stick this? We'll put it here, across from the breeding pods. I need to get the inventor hut going soon because we need the research for the forester. Because there's a very real possibility we could run out of trees before we have the ability to plant more trees. And that would be bad. Also, I would like to plant a few more berries somewhere around here. Not quite sure where. Yeah, we just generally need to get research going. There's all kinds of interesting new stuff in here. Tooth grindstone. Sometimes when beavers are chewing trees down, they can break a tooth. And this allows them to repair that problem. I should probably put this fairly close to my lumber setup, wherever that ends up being. But first, I really need to build a house for everybody. Specifically, I need to build like 2 of these houses. Somewhere. Where should I put these? Probably over here in the dry area. Because there's no real reason to have these near water. Okay, this will make everybody happy. Iron Teeth aren't too concerned about housing quality, they just want some kind of house. Folktails are a little bit more picky about their housing, so their houses tend to cost more and hold less people. Okay, so we'll have carrots before the berries run out. That's good. That's a perennial problem I have, is forgetting how soon I need to plop down carrots and losing beavers to hunger. Thankfully, it's somewhat difficult to actually lose because you had too many beavers not feed themselves. Okay, it looks like they've finished cutting down most of that stuff. Let's put in a few more over there. Go ahead and delete these. Do it the easy way. There we go. Okay, and we need to order them to chop trees down over in this area. I am going to eventually order them to plant trees in that area as well. Go ahead and clean up those old unnecessary chopping areas. I should also build a log pile somewhere in here. I haven't decided where yet, so we'll leave that off for now. The lumberjack things can each hold some amount of logs on their own. And these probably aren't the final locations for those either. I need to properly design my lumber district. For now, we're using up every log the moment we get it, building stuff. Anyway. So at this point, we should be good to survive the first, at least, dry season. I'm going to build some more water holding area. We should see our first ticks of well-being soon because the barracks are being constructed. We're going to have to build more breeding pods if you actually want to increase our population now. Which I should probably actually do that now. Build the second breeding pod. We don't want to have a big giant population boom. Yay, more well-being. Okay. So now they need wet fur. Where's the basic shower structure? Pause the game for a second here and look around. I know there's a shower and there's a double shower. I thought they were both available to both factions. But I don't see the single shower. That's interesting. Okay. Maybe it is a per faction thing. Could have sworn that there was a... Okay. That's a little odd. We have campfire, rooftop turrets, grindstone, double shower. Okay, well how much is it? 50. Okay, we can afford that already. Might as well get it going. This is going to have to be built somewhere. I guess we'll build it out here because it has to be out over top of the river. And while I could build it over here, and that would make somewhat more sense, it's be downstream of the dam. It wouldn't work during the dry season. We'll just stick it out here at the end of the road. That should keep everybody happy for now. That requires planks, though. Okay, so it's high time we started designing our wood district then. Okay, first of all, let's go ahead and delete those trees. I'd like... no, wait. I was about to say I'd like to build my... my wood stuff in here in the dry area. But I need power to run that stuff, and my only source of power early is the power wheel, which is very labor inefficient, or a water wheel, which we have an excellent spot for a water wheel right here. And while we could build shafting across to actually build the stuff over here, yeah, it's not a good idea. So we'll go ahead and build the lumber mill. Decisions. I want it here. I'm trying to decide which way I want it to face. If I face it this way, then we take the log pile and we put it there. Then put a small warehouse on top here. The problem with this is I can't build a path. What I'd like to do is build a path, stairs here, path there, and then build like over top of the warehouse, but you can't, not over top of the lumber mill. But platforms can't be built over top of that. It wouldn't work, unfortunately. There would be another. I really want to put the plank storage on top of the wood storage. Well, we'll worry about that part later. We're not going to build a plank storage for now. In the future, it'll probably end up being out here or something, which will be a little longer of a path than I would really ideally like, but it'll function. And then we'll put this here, and we will build some lumberjack flags there. We will delete the existing lumberjack flags. And we will leave a little space here for a put the tooth grindstone there, and we'll leave a space here for a forester. Yeah, this is decidedly less than optimal, but it will do just fine. Compact water wheel, just stuff it here against the back of the building. Ta-da, there we go, planks. That should work. I probably should cancel deleting these trees, but I actually kind of want them to go away, so I can build other things in there. I'm just not sure what yet. Yay, more well-being. Is there anything in here that tells me what the actual well-being is? Or like what the benefits are? I don't know. Okay, beavers are happy. Or at least as happy as they can get at this stage in the game. Okay, so now we just kind of need to wait for a bunch of trees to be chewed down and stuff to get built. I should also build storage for carrots. For now, we can use the farmhouse as a sort of storage. It's not a very good storage, but it can be used as that. Our 2 breeding pods should be able to hold a population of enough to fill these 2 structures, so that'll be okay. Yeah, we just need a whole bunch of logs. Hopefully we have enough to build all this. Because we do need some amount of planks to build the forester. Right now the forester is the most important thing we can build. Because without that, we're going to have to do some fun stuff to get across the river, probably. Build a bridge or something to get over here. Okay, we'll have enough to build a forester. That's producing about 60 to 80 horsepower. That's plenty to run one of these. Should we ever get a worker available to do it. There was a beaver grinding his teeth. Okay. So we have a basic early game wood processing center set up. It doesn't have a full selection of storage yet. But it's got enough to last for a bit. We've got our basic food. More varied diet would be nice, but... Oh, we have 3 days until the drought. Shouldn't be a problem, because we had our dam built a long, long time ago. And we have full storages of water available. Okay, we should increase the... There we go. I'm not sure what job he left to come over here and do that, but... Whatever it was, couldn't have been as important as keeping a few planks going. Yay, wet fur is now a thing. That should make everybody happy. Easier way to get wet fur, of course, is to make it so that people have to cross a river often and make them swim to do it. But I can't do that yet because for some reason beavers don't know how to build stairs at the beginning of the game. Stairs are a very difficult technology. Requires a lot of forethought. Okay, so I think we actually have enough tech. Yes, it is 60 points. Okay. We can build the forester. This is an extremely important structure because it is going to allow us to plant maple trees. Yay! Yeah. Go ahead and order them to demolish that. Get out of the way. We will leave these spotted baby pine trees to grow, because maple trees are going to take a long time to grow up even after we have a forester working here. Which, let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, right now keeping the deep water pump running, keeping the farmhouse running, top priorities. Yeah, we need more population. Lumber mill and forester are also high priorities. Okay, how are we doing on well-being? Wet fur isn't quite full. Alright, it probably wouldn't hurt to build a campfire at this point. How many logs do I have? 28. We do need to be careful with our wood, because I don't want to run out of available wood and then suddenly discover I need to build something important. I think the next important thing to buy is probably stairs and platform, because those will open up a lot of flexibility in building. And here starts the drought. Now the drought's kind of interesting. The river just stops flowing during the drought, which means our water wheel's going to stop running soon. Everything downstream of us is drying up. If it wasn't for our dam, our area would be drying up as well. And everything just kind of turns brown and dies. So keeping this little bit of river alive and well is extremely important to our beavers' well-being. I'm going to pause this pump. Hopefully we have enough water in these tanks. If not, then we can start the pump later. But for now, let's preserve as much water in the river as we can. Because I'd rather this stuff doesn't dry out. This first drought's only going to last like a day. So it's really short. But even so, we don't really need to worry about this at all. Future droughts will get longer and longer, and eventually our little bit of water here was not going to be enough. We're going to have to engage in more stringent measures. For one thing, we're going to need a lot more water storage, keep everybody happy. Well, more importantly than keeping everybody happy, keeping everybody alive. But anyway, by that point, we'll have bigger water storages available too. We'll probably... I'd like to use the new terraforming technologies to dig out a big reservoir here. Like, dig out a big chunk of dirt. And then build a smaller dam across here somewhere. Or maybe right across here. So we can keep a large amount of water and then let it through in small slugs. Probably tear out this to make the river a little larger. Move our power plant somewhere more centralized. Build better... Basically build proper spillways for the proper mill races and stuff. It's taking a few seconds to decide it wants to run. Okay, but anyway, drought is over. Water's flowing over the dam again. Basically, a dam is a special block that is a half block tall. I wish they were a little taller than that. Or I wish there was a version that was a little taller than that. But you can only block off water in half block increments. Even with adjustable floodgates and stuff. Just a limitation of the water system. This game has water physics. But they are very basic. It's not like a cellular automaton or anything like that. It's a... Oh, I don't remember exactly how it's implemented. But it's really... It's very optimized, let's put it that way. So it's not a... It works for a basic river flow simulation, but it's not a true water simulation by any stretch of the imagination. But anyway. So, our little settlement is doing quite well. Let's go ahead and plant another maple where they cut that pine out. Going straight to maples at this point in the game is probably a bit ambitious, but... Okay, look. We need somebody planting. Probably should build a third breeding pod at this point. We have enough food, we can get a bit of a population boom going. Yeah. I'm going to actually build 2 more. Maybe a little ambitious, but hopefully it works out. Should have enough logs for that in storage. At this point, our problem is kind of population. We need more population. We also need to wait for the trees to start growing. Okay. Which, because I'm being ambitious and going straight to maple, is going to take quite a while. Like birch takes 9 days to grow, but only gives you 1 log per tree. I don't really like birch. It's kind of a good emergency wood, I guess, but I prefer to stay away from it because labor intensive. Pine, 12 days you get 2 wood. It's sort of okay-ish. It's a much better emergency wood than birch is, but it's still... It's only 3 more days. Twice the wood. It's just better. Maple, on the other hand, is 8 logs for 30 days. The most efficient tree, but it takes 30 whole days to grow. Then, of course, you got chestnut, which is half that much for 24 days. Honestly, I don't know why anyone would ever grow chestnut for wood. It is also a food source. All the trees except birch also have a secondary resource that can be harvested off them, which is pretty cool. It didn't used to be that way. Okay. So how much science points do we have? 116? That can get us stairs at least. Yeah. If I had more population, which currently I have 2 unfilled jobs. In other words, I don't have anywhere close to enough population. I would build some more inventors' huts, but go ahead and put in maples in those empty slots. Okay, we just have a few more pines to go before they're clear. You think you mostly went with pine at the start? Yeah, pine is probably the optimal starting tree. I'm just being really ambitious. It's probably going to come up and bite me in the butt. It's definitely not the optimal thing to do, is jump straight to maple. On the other hand, we will have more trees than we know what to do with once they all start growing up. It used to be, back in days of yore, that birch trees actually gave you food. Instead of logs. You would get birch twigs that your beavers could eat. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's finally filled in. So, this is our early game wood. That's just how it's going to be at this point. Except I don't want to plant trees there. Now, yeah, we'll unlock platforms before long. Once we get platforms unlocked, we can really start going. Because then the fun stuff unlocks, like being able to build proper second stories easily. I think I'm going to put... Okay, what I'd like to do is put stair here and platforms here, but you can't do that because you can't build platforms over top of that thing. I should, however, leave this area open so that I can do some amount of power routing here for when I inevitably want to add the gear workshop. Because if I can route power off this side of the building up into the air and then over like here maybe and build the gear workshop, well, no, I can't because I'm planning to use this for other stuff. I don't know where I'm going to put the gear workshop. I'll have to think about that later. For now, I think what I'm going to do is put stairs there. This is going to make the longer path, which is inefficient. Don't think there's any good way around it, though. No matter what I do, I'm going to end up having to have a long path to get up top here. Unless I put the stairs right here and then put... That would be a shorter path. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. Go ahead and order deletion of those trees. Hello, Sealith. Yes, this is different. Today I would normally be playing Tropico, but this updated and I can't help myself. Or at least Tropico is the current Nostalgia Night game. Okay, and just in time to unlock platforms. Go ahead and get a small warehouse up on top here. And we'd want nothing allowed here except planks. There we go. Beginning wood setup is done. How long did shipping take for my Steam Deck? Once it left, not very long at all. Between when I purchased it and when it actually shipped out the door was almost a week, I think. But then I live pretty close to where they're shipped from, so. Because they ship out of Carroll Stream, Illinois, and I lived, like, northern Ohio. So it's just kind of a short trip. I think it was almost a week between when I paid for my order and when they shipped it. I'd have to look it up to be sure, though. I think I still have all those emails around somewhere. Okay. We probably should put a second water pump in. How empty are these? Not very. But also. You know what? I'm going to do something here. Go ahead and delete these trees. I'm going to put a water pump downstream of the dam and one upstream of the dam so that we never have more than one pump pumping out of the dammed area. This will help keep people alive in the advent of a not enough water, but it won't rapidly empty out the reservoir. Okay, currently we have no free jobs and no free beavers, so. Oh, you got your email today. Wow, congratulations. I'm sure you will have a great deal of fun in your future. This game right here has been my Steam Deck game of choice for the last week or so. It's very mouse focused, but they have a really good set of default bindings the developers made. And it works really well. I'm kind of shocked actually how well it works. I was kind of leery of playing any games that aren't great with controller until I decided, oh, let's try Timberborn and see how it plays on deck. And I was, like I said, I was shocked how well the controls work. And now I'm kind of like, I wonder what else I can experiment with that would work really well. You've been going between Fallout 4 and Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. I need to try that game one of these days. It's on my wish list, I think. But it's definitely on my radar if it isn't on the wish list. Okay. So we're currently short on logs because they all got made into planks, which is entirely foreseeable because I made this warehouse. We have about 15 more days before our first trees grow up. So at this point, we're kind of stuck being unable to really build much of anything. Unless we do some temporary log cutting over this area or something. Or over here, I guess. Which I will do if there's an emergency. Anyway. Future plans. I would like to try... Okay. There's a lot of new features have been added to this game. Let's just kind of go from one end to the other. Housing, nothing new. Nothing much new here. Or there. There's definitely new stuff, though. You can dig out and rebuild dirt. However, this can only be done by golems, apparently. Okay. Yeah. So only golems can do excavating. They're a new feature we'll get to shortly. I don't see anything new here. Yeah, this is all old stuff. Okay, water. Nothing new there. Nothing really new at the... The aquatic farmhouse is mostly new to me. I did play with it a little bit, but it was new in the update just before the update. This the last one. Tapper Shack is also a new to me thing, although it's not new to the game anymore. Oh. Got a drought in 3 days. Okay, metal mines. Those aren't new, but they are new to me. Power. Gravity batteries are new. These are going to be awesome because it'll allow things to... If I build enough of these anyway, it'll allow things to keep working during the drought. Needless to say, I'm going to be building a battery bank somewhere on the map. Basically, gravity batteries are just a heavy weight that gets winched up while you have power, and then slowly let down to produce power when you don't have any. The golem stuff is all new. We can build robots, basically, that do work. Bunch of new golem stuff in here. Also, there's a number cruncher, which gives research for exchange for power. Okay. Healer is new. Workers can get injured now, and they need to go get healed. Or rest up until they are healed. I should build a campfire, except I don't have any logs to do it with. Do that later. I think some of these fences are new. But I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, golems and terraforming are the big new features. Medicine is cool and all, but terraforming is the one I'm really interested in. I'm going to dig out a big... I've already decided I'm going to dig out a big reservoir over here. Maybe make it in here as well or something. We'll see. Dam this off, perhaps. See if I can squeak water through periodically to keep this going during the drought. Or at least full during the drought, if not flowing. Flowing is probably impossible, realistically. Certainly making power during the drought is going to be impossible. But anyway. See what we can... Interesting things we can build. Removing dirt's pretty easy. You can just build explosives and blow it up. So that's not a new feature. But being able to dig it out and move it and put it down someplace else, that is new. Come on, trees, grow a little faster. 60%. We probably should get some tree cutting going on over here or something. Or, well... I guess we can't really get over there because we can't build a bridge because we don't have any wood. But we can get these, and we could get these. Okay. We are very slowly running our water supply down. We are not going to be able to stop pumping during the drought. Thankfully, it's only a 3-day drought, so it's not going to be a serious problem. But we definitely need to get more wood and get this second deep water pump going. That'd be another use for this reservoir up here. Even if we don't use it much for filling the river, we can pump water out of it all year round without having to worry about too much storage. Then we could ship water around the map instead of having to have everybody close to a river. The other faction has a structure they can build that you fill it with water and it irrigates the area around it. The problem with that is it is incredibly unbalanced. As in, it consumes water at an incredible rate. To the point where it is effectively useless. It's kind of annoying, actually. Because it's kind of a cool feature. Unique to that faction. It's like, oh, here, you can irrigate an area. Make it easy to grow crops wherever you want. Except you can't. Because if you try, it's going to suck down your water reserves at an incredible rate. And everybody's going to die. But anyway. What can we do to increase well-being easily at this point? Wet fur is only half satisfied. So we really need to build more shower facilities effectively. And we can't because we don't have any wood. Okay, I definitely should not have chosen maple. Although I say that. As soon as these maple trees grow up and we start actually harvesting them, I'm going to change my mind very quickly because that's going to fill up our wood storage so fast it's not even funny. And then I'll be happy we had maple. I probably should have planted like some birch over here or something. What's the range on that? No, plant trees. There we go. By the time the pine grows up, the maple will be done. But I will try planting a small patch of birch. Yeah, there we go. Within range of the lumberjacks. Yes, okay, deal. Why does this lumberjack have longer range than that one does? What? Okay. Whatever. An interesting thing in this game, ranges on structures aren't just like a circular or square range, like a lot of games would do. They're actually based on walking distance. So, if you build a road, depending on the structure, that can increase the range pretty significantly. Some structures aren't quite like that. Like this one doesn't appear to be. But this one definitely is. If you just have like a random area, it ends like right here. Actually, I think it is. Maybe this is based on road to some degree. Anyway, it doesn't matter. A lot of things are based on road. Particularly like a hauler's post or any of that kind of stuff. And so if you extend the road in a certain direction, it extends the range of the building considerably in that direction as well. We're not far enough along yet to worry about some of that, the implications of that, like districts, for example. Because for anything to work in this area, it needs to be in range of the district center. Otherwise, beavers will refuse to go there and work. So once you run out of range on the district center, even past the point where they're willing to walk on a path to get there, you have to build a new district center. And that leads all kinds of interesting implications. Interestingly, that is one of the new features of this update. That you can... it used to be districts were completely separate. And you wanted to move beavers from one district to another, you had to give a migrate order. But now, you can set it up so that migration happens automatically. You can set that this district, well, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but the way it sounded, you can set it up so that districts want a certain amount of population and they will. All right, here we go. Yeah, you set minimums. Enable or disable immigration or emigration. Okay. That's kind of cool. Manually migrate, of course, or you can set up automatic migration. So I guess you could set it up that you have a district that is dedicated to producing baby beavers and then migrate them out as adults. That'd be kind of interesting and weird way to do it. But it would suit the Iron Teeth pretty well. Centralized beaver production. But anyway, that tends to lead to specialized districts that do specific production chains or something. You have a district producing food, and you have a district producing wood products, and of course inventory isn't shared between districts, so you also have to arrange to ship stuff around, and, which can lead to problems. Particularly, you have to remember to ship enough food into all your districts, or things go poorly. It looks like we don't have enough housing anymore. And we can't fix that because we don't have any wood. On the bright side, we do have 5 beavers who are not currently unemployed. So we can start expanding as soon as we get a hold of some wood. Which should happen soon because we are 80% done with the maples and about 40% done with the birch. Okay. Okay, so water seems to be doing okay right now, actually. We are building our supply back up even without a second pump. I do need to get focused on building a larger water reservoir soon. I should probably... Okay. Let's just go ahead and build some more stuff before I forget to do all this. So you go there. None of this can be built until we actually have logs coming in, but we can order them to be constructed. Let's build a second inventor's hut because we need more tech. We already have this ordered. Let's order some of the stuff over here in this corner to be deconstructed so that we have more land. Okay. And then housing. I'd like to put the barracks up on top somehow. Let me think about this. How about we just do like that instead? And then... let's see. How much science do I have? I could go ahead and unlock the double platform already. Okay, so we put double platforms in there. And then we take and put double platforms there. And a single platform in front of that. And then stairs running up, like so. And then we take path. And run those along there. Now, what can we fit on top here? Rooftop terrace. I think we'll put 2 of those on like that. And then... we can't quite fit a house up top here because the rooftop terrace is in the way. However, I think I'm going to modify something a little here. Yes, I would like to delete those sections of path. And these rooftop terraces. I'm going to move them slightly. Specifically, I'm going to take some double platforms and put them there. Yes. And then we will take rooftop barracks. Build one there. And we'll build one there. And then we will take rooftop terraces, which will keep the beavers happy. And we'll put one there and there. And that'll leave a little one-tile spot there that we can put like a decoration of some kind on, I think. And I'll probably cap these off with roofs, to be honest. Because this is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40 more population space. We'll have space for 60 beavers after this, which is going to last us for a good long time. Can I unlock the next roof I want? Not quite yet, but soon. Okay. So that should work out just fine. Yeah, okay. And that'll also give us handy access to this level up here where we can build whatever we want. And also through this natural stair, this level. So that's pretty handy. We're also going to want to build a couple campfires. So we'll put those down here at the base of the whole thing. And then we'll kind of have a stepped housing setup with roofs going up here. Okay. I think that'll work out pretty well. Now, thankfully, the iron teeth don't just automatically grow to fill whatever housing you build. So building a giant overkill housing setup like this is not a recipe for instantly having all your beavers starve to death. Like it is with the folktale. The folktale, you need to be much more measured with building your housing up because they will just create more baby beavers to fill it up. And that very quickly leads to be a problem. Iron teeth, you just... More beavers, build more breeding pods. And as long as you're careful to build your breeding pods at a reasonable rate, everything just works out. Okay, how far away are we from having these up? 94%. Okay, so almost there. It looks like the birch will indeed finish right about the same time as the maple will. Oh well, clearly I shouldn't have bothered to get those built. For now, we'll just order no more birch to be planted. And we will also give a tree cutting order in that area. So they cut them down when they grow up. Should trim this tree cutting order a little bit. There's no point in having it covering things that aren't cuttable. Like that. Yeah, okay. That's kind of a pointless thing to worry about, but oh well. And we have more beavers who are thirsty because everybody drank up all the water and the pump isn't pumping because they're sleepy. Pump faster, you might as well get. We need to get the second pump up first. That is absolute top priority. Okay, please stop hauling wood to anything other than this water pump. Looks like they are. Okay, now we've got a few maples popping up. So this pump should be finished soon. Workplace. It is a high priority workplace. Just needs a couple more logs. We are definitely going to have to build more water storage. It'll probably last out the next drought just to have these two. But only as long as this pump stays pumping. So if anything happens that makes this pump stop pumping, we're screwed. Which means I should definitely build more. So let's go ahead. How much is it? 120 for a large tank? That requires gears, which we're not producing yet. Okay. So we have the second pump going, which is going to save us from ourselves when it comes to the water problem. Alright. Problem, crisis, whatever, temporarily averted. Don't think we lost anybody to thirst. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. There's a little feed down here of beaver births and deaths. In this case, nobody died of thirst yet. Why is productivity 90%? I probably should build a hauler post. Let's see how many... Okay, I actually have a bunch of beavers who aren't working currently. Where should I put this? I'll stick it over here. Actually, wait. We'll put it here. There we go. And I'll mark this as a priority. Logs, planks, yeah, okay. No big deal. This will give us a bunch of beavers whose sole job is to haul things from building to building, which will make everything more efficient. Because normally, whatever beaver is assigned to work someplace will do his own hauling. But obviously while he's hauling, he can't be making something. So that just leads to things running slower. Okay, we're actually getting a pretty decent rate on the technology coming in now. What's the next priority for unlocking stuff? Don't think we need a water dump yet. Aquatic farmhouse, we don't really have enough flooded area yet. Gear workshop is probably the priority at the moment, actually. Metal we don't need yet, really. I'd like to get some of this power stuff going, but it's not a priority just yet. Well-being would be nice, but isn't required. I think I'm actually going to go with this roof first, though. For totally unnecessary reasons that I like the way it looks. Okay. But we're still having a little bit of problem with beavers not getting enough to drink. But there is water storage available. So mostly it's just their own damn fault. Like, honestly, go get a drink, you idiot. There's water right here. Yeah, I think the next priority is probably to get gears going. I can afford to unlock that right now, actually. Okay, so if I fit this in here, which I totally can do, how am I going to run the power in? And where am I going to put the storage for it? Storage for it, I'm tempted to put that above the plank storage, which would require some more scaffolding fun and games. The power I could run through the river. Drop it down here, run it straight across, and then lift it up over there. Be a little odd way to do it, but the alternative would be to lift the power here, run it into here, and then out here, and then drop it over there, which I could definitely do. And that would look cooler. Also, you'd be a bigger mess, but let's try laying out. Let's just try building it. I mean, without actually building it, just laying it out. Okay, small warehouse. I'd like to put it in like that. And then, where would I run the stairs? Well, regardless, we're going to want those there probably. Okay, we're going to want that there, I think. Bring in the power. Which I can't unlock the required power shaft quite yet. But that would go like that. And this would go like so. And this would go there. Like that. Okay, so we've got the power line run. We would need a second water wheel. Like so. And I just realized there's no easy access to the water here. One of these would have to go probably. And we could build something to deal with that. Trying to think if there's a good way. If I was to build the storage like this, I think that's actually probably a sort of good idea. You would have to delete a few trees, specifically those two. Let's actually leave that one alone so it can be cut. How close are you to being harvestable? 99%? Okay. We'll let those both be cut, but not replanted. And then we'll run a path across here. And then delete these carrots. Put a path there. Put a stairs here. Go up one level. Okay, this needs to be one like that. There. So you can either come up this side, go up a stair and into there, or you can come across there and up a stair. And then this would be set to nothing except gears. Okay. That's probably definitely on the janky side as far as constructions I've designed, but... And we'll top this all off with a roof. Okay. I have to admit, I think that's going to be pretty cool. So we do a 1 tall and then a 2 tall. Stairs there. Path there. Okay. Oh, this needs gears to build. That's going to be a problem. We might have to add a temporary water wheel somewhere. To get the first gears available. Because we can't build the high shaft to go around that corner. Also, we can't build this until we build a... I think that'll give us access. It'll definitely allow them into the water, but whether or not that'll be enough to allow access out to here, and or whether or not we have to hook a path up to that, well, I guess we'll find out. Would you people please cut those carrots? Thank you. Not sure whose job it is to cut these things, but whoever it is, they need to get cranking on it. Wait, we're having food problems? Oh, so we are. Okay. There's a solution to that problem. And that solution is called building a second hut for farmers. Right, like that, I think would be a good place to put it. Yes, we appear to be having a few farmer issues. So we need to get that going. And in the meantime, let's build a single platform there, a stairway there, and put a path on top of the platform, and we have all the connections made except the power connections. Oh shit, we can't connect that like that. That's a problem. This can't run into the second floor, can it? No, it can't. That's unfortunate. But I just realized I was counting on this tile being open for power input. But we can't do that anyway because that's the door. Uh-oh. Okay, that power plant is completely non-functional. Which I guess it kind of was non-functional all along, considering. Well, if we deleted both of these showers, we could run out here, across there, and then to here. And it wouldn't be that big of a deal at all. Okay, well those showers need to move. Where to is the question. I think the answer is to here. Where's the delete thing? There it is. Get it aligned with the district center door. Okay, and we'll delete one of those. And we'll just call that good for now. Okay. Okay, the housing has been constructed. Go ahead and build the second farmhouse. This one we set to prefer harvesting over replanting. So we have one that prefers replanting and one that prefers harvesting. And that way, they'll work in tandem a little bit and basically keep the field going at max rate. I was about to plant more carrots, but that'd be a disaster because then they would stop harvesting them. Let's actually set these guys to prioritize harvesting. That'll help prevent starvation. And we'll set these guys to prioritize replanting. There we go. Okay. So we're a little short on carrots at the moment. Not a disaster, but it could be if I hadn't noticed. How are we doing on water? These have not been built yet. How are we doing on unemployed beavers? Okay, we can employ more builders. Employing more builders probably is a good idea at this point anyway. I think with everything we have planned we'll have exactly enough beavers to run it. Okay. We'll order 2 of those built there. We will increase the priority of these to max. I don't know if we have enough pumps at the moment. Oh, we're in the middle of a drought, that's why. How did I not notice we were in the middle of a drought? Okay. Well, we've got like 2 days worth of drought left. We should be good on that. Yeah, we're having a little bit of trouble with water, but it's not too bad. Looks like we're doing really well on wood. We have max storage of logs at the moment. We just need to get the lazy bastards working. I should put a stream gauge in here somewhere so I can see exactly how high the water is. Yeah, anyway. So these 2 need to go. Once these are built, it's going to take a while. They haven't even started constructing that yet. I'm going to change, I'm going to do some priority changing here. All construction in this area is low priority right now. I don't want to set it to very low or anything like that, but they will work on getting the industry and all this stuff done first. Because honestly, a little bit more well-being, some housing that's not going to be used for a long time, low priority. The ability to build stuff that uses gears, much higher priority. Well, maybe not much higher priority, but definitely higher. There's the end of the drought. Okay, we have a second group of fools harvesting and planting. That should increase our food capacity significantly. To the point where I am going to order more carrots planted. Actually, let's order some sunflowers planted. Yeah, let's just put in a block of sunflowers. That might make people slightly happier, because then they can have 2 things to eat. Sunflowers take 5 days, so take a little longer to grow. They don't produce quite as much food. As long as we don't plant too many, it's not a big deal. Oh, water problems. Pump liquor lives depend on it, because they do. How are the hollering posts doing? Reasonably well. Let's hire another beaver on there. Okay. So those, they're short planks. Really? I guess they must have used up all the planks during the dry season. Building all this stuff over here, probably. Oh, looks like we've got a rooftop terrace made. I set this stuff low priority. Why are you working on that? Oh, it must be everything over here was blocked on planks. Okay. That makes sense. Yay, higher well-being. Let's go ahead and put a platform in over here and add another water pump. Because it looks like 2 pumps is not enough. Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely short on planks. Okay. This is why it's important to have haulers. They keep this place full of logs at all times, so you can just work making planks constantly. Without that, he would spend a lot of his time running back and forth between the plank storage and the log storage here. But anyway, this is one of my favorite things about this game, to be honest. The verticality. You can just build things on top of each other, and it works. I don't know of any other city building game that really does a good job of letting you build vertically. What was the closest you get? Would be like something like Dwarf Fortress, maybe? It's definitely the kind of thing you could do in Dwarf Fortress. Building vertically like that. Although Dwarf Fortress's building is considerably simpler. Wait, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Clear out this cutting area. Doesn't need it anymore. Trees do spread naturally on their own a little bit. So this single birch will probably eventually become a small cluster of birch if I leave it sit there long enough. Okay, we're still having a bit of a water problem. You have happy beavers all around, apparently. Okay, so this needs power. These need to be built. It's just one plank. Come on. What's taking you guys so long? I think I'm going to... Well, no. Because gears take planks to make. I really should build a second plank manufacturer, or whatever you want to call it. Lumber mill. Just put in a couple platforms and put a second one right beside that. I think I'm going to, actually. Okay, so the big question is... They cannot reach this. I was worried about that. So... The solution to this is to go ahead and order a little bit of resource deletion. Specifically across the back there. And right through there. And then we can fit a path through there. And this will help beavers get from the district center to the water. Yep, see already they figured out they can swim out there now. And the nice thing is all these beavers are satisfying their need for wet fur. The need for wet fur is a new thing. It didn't used to be around. But it's pretty cool. Okay. So those are finally running. So these can be deleted. Like that. And then we will build some platforms there. And we'll put another platform there. And then for power, we will do a power shaft there and a power shaft there. And then we'll build a lumber mill there. Ta-da! And over here, we will build another couple of showers. Just to make sure everybody's happy. Alright. So that should once they finish these last little bits. Be all that is required to get a working, much improved wood industry. Okay, over here they're all done except construction too far from a district. Really? No, it isn't. Oh, they can't reach up 2 levels. Okay, we'll have to put in some temporary scaffolding then. I think just those stairs should be enough to get them up high enough to build the roof. Yeah, they can build 1 level above their head, but they can't build 2 levels up, and these are 2-level tall buildings. Okay, so we're at like 500 science. We should unlock something. Namely, let's go for the large water tank. This is going to be revolutionary. Gonna scatter a few of these around. I'll probably put one up here. Like that, maybe. Which is going to require a nice, tall... Yeah, that'll work. We'll put a platform in there. Oops. There we go. Okay, so we'll put some water back there, and I'd like to put some water over here somewhere. I don't want to cut into my tree area anymore. Oh, there's something else we need. We need the levee. Because I'm looking at this. I think I want to build a water dump area right here. So like that. And then we get a water dump, which we can definitely afford. No, we can't afford. Now we can afford it. Yeah. Put the water dump there. That's probably a little closer in than we really need. Wonder if we could put it over here. That would require a few more levees to be built, but it would be acceptable. I think that might be perfectly fine. If it isn't, then oh well. Okay, let's get rid of those before they get built. And let's run a little bit of path. A water dump at this stage, when I'm struggling to keep everybody supplied with water, is probably a terrible idea. Oh well. Let me check something here. Okay, I couldn't build just a couple platforms and fit that in there. Where would be a good place to put a water pump? I think we'll be okay with 3 pumps. It's going to require 20 gears, which we are nowhere close to having. But nonetheless, we'll order it built. I think we'll leave it at that for now. We won't delete our old water storages yet. We will put the new one up here, and we'll put the water dump here. The important thing, this water dump should make most of this area green. This is going to be a low priority task. These are going to be high priority tasks. Now, I did say earlier that the folktales have a special irrigation tower structure, but that it's worthless because it is uses so much water so quickly. This thing allows you to just dump water out on the ground, and if you build a little containment zone for it, it would just make a little pool of water there, and that little pool of water lasts for weeks without being refilled. and irrigates the whole area around it just like an irrigation tower would. The simplicity of this little structure is one reason why the irrigation tower is so worthless. Not the only reason why, because it legitimately uses so much water. But it is a strong reason why nobody uses the irrigation tower. Except maybe once to try it out. I tried it out, and it's like, oh, use the irrigation tower, you know, it can't be that bad. It was that bad. Okay, this is all done, including the fancy decorative roof. The decorative roof increases well-being of beavers around the area. Whenever they walk past a roof, they admire it, apparently. It makes them happy. Speaking of which, I could probably buy some simple, cheap decorations. Yeah, okay. This costs a couple logs and is effectively free. Did adding those stairs... No, they can't reach it yet. Damn it. That's a problem. Well, we can delete those. And instead, we can replace them with decorative shrubs. Yay! That'll make every beaver who walks past there happy. It does mean that we need to put some stairs elsewhere. Okay. We are still short on food. Oh, wait. Whoops. I was going to set this up ready to allow carrots. No berries. I should also allow sunflowers, I guess. Sunflower seeds, there we go. Yay, more beaver well-being. They're at 9 already? Okay. Roof, shrub. Social life is fairly well developed, apparently. Nutrition is doing okay. We still have some who aren't getting their fur wet properly. We're actually doing fairly well in well-being. There we go. Irrigation. That means what I wanted to do with why I wanted to irrigate this is because I wanted to expand the tree area a little bit. And then I went and started building warehousing in that area. But anyway. I suppose it doesn't hurt anything to do that. Makes it look nicer when the area's green. Should build another one over here. Keep this area green. But anyway. So this needs... Oh wow, that's almost done. Okay, that's good. They just need like 4 or 5 more gears. Can they reach that yet? No, they can't. Which means we do need to put a platform here. I don't know if I need a second stairway to get them up the rest of the way. And maybe a really tall platform, but I really hope not. Okay, now they can reach that. So they need a flat surface that is 1 block down. That's going to be annoying. Can you guys destroy either of these trees? Or both of them, maybe? Can they even reach that? I don't think they can. Guess we can run a path through here. How's that? Okay, I hope they can reach down 1 level and clear those trees out. If not... Okay, it doesn't say they can't reach it. We'll increase the priority a little bit. We're at 10 already. Okay. Well-being continues to go up. I should scatter more small water tanks around to help beavers make sure they're always properly hydrating. Not sure if there's a way to set up a shower that doesn't involve open water near it. I suppose worst case I could build a little pool, fill it with a water dump. Matter of fact, there's a little hole right there for a pool. Easiest case, I could just dynamite water channels out. I know there's some people, they do things like for their main paths, they dynamite the paths out, and then they build platforms through there and build a path over top of the platform. And then they can just let water flow underneath their paths. And additionally, you can also run power shafts through there as well. So you can have water, power, all that stuff underneath, right underneath the ground. All through the middle of your village or whatever. And you just, if you need power, you just dynamite a little hole out beside it and bring out a, step it out using a, using some gears. Speaking of gears, this thing still isn't done. What are you guys working on? Apparently not making gears. I mean, obviously not right now, because it's middle of the night, but... Oh, we're in the middle of a drought. Well, that would explain why they're not making any gears. How did I not notice we were in the middle of a drought? Also, we are running through water very quickly. We definitely need to get this large water tank, and preferably another one, maybe 2 large water tanks up before the next drought. Or we will probably have dead beavers. Dead beavers who died of something other than old age. Specifically, beavers dead, not enough water. And we are also still short on food to a certain degree. Which means we probably should start branching out into other kinds of food. We do have 5 beavers who are currently unemployed. So it's probably time to start working on getting wheat farming going. Where would be a good place to do that? There's not really a lot of large flat areas available, but up here would probably be a good one if I cut those trees down. Currently the log stockpile is full. I don't feel like waiting for them to eventually get around to chopping them if I order chopping. So let's instead order them just to be cut. Go ahead and put a temporary platform in here so they can get around to beside this building. It might become a permanent platform someday, but... Okay, what are you complaining about? Injured. Okay, we probably need to... Yeah, we have some injured beavers hanging around. We probably need to start working on a doctor as well. Oh, boy. Medical bed. That's pretty cheap. We'll unlock that. Okay. Healer makes medicine, distributes it. Medical bed is the easy solution. Just get something going. Okay, wait. We can delete this temporary stuff over here. Temporary scaffolding. Goodbye. Okay, medical bed. Let's grab a platform. Put it there. Go ahead and place 3 medical beds there. This is massively overkill, I'm sure. You know what? I'm absolutely sure it is massively overkill. So let's delete 3 of those. Put in a path. We have 6 unemployed beavers. Okay, that's enough. Let's go ahead and get a healer. The healer requires dandelions. I think we have a ready source. How many science points was that? 300? Okay, we can't unlock that for a while. We'll worry about that later. Dandelions are right over here on the other side of the river. It could build a... Well, for that matter, we could just put a small dandelion patch using our friendly local forester, like right over here or something. For now, 3 medical beds will be more than enough. Yeah, we'll worry about the rest of the stuff later. Okay, end of the drought. That means the other 2 pumps should start pumping, and we should stop having beavers who are just about ready to die of not having enough water. Please, end quickly. Also, we should get power to make the last couple gears we need. Okay, got water flowing through here. Water wheels aren't really running yet. Oh, now they are. Yay, the pump should start now, please. Nope, everybody's going to bed. Yeah, I really need to get this large water tank. I need to get rid of the small water tanks in here, put another one in somewhere. Probably should put another large water tank up here. Or down here, maybe. Don't really care where, as long as I get it somewhere. Put some platforms in there and put another pump in, maybe. The important thing is we need more water. Storage, specifically. That was completely the result of a drought. It was, they were doing okay up until then. Okay, we are slowly starting to get... Nobody's died of thirst yet. That's a good sign. Medical beds are available. No medicine is available yet. Okay, all the resources are here. This just has to be constructed. This large tank holds 10 times as much as little tanks. So we have more than doubled. By quite a lot, actually. More than tripled, I think, actually. Our water supply. I think the next thing to do is get another pump going. Just one for now. Okay. Unfortunately, as part of the water optimization for this game, you can't run like aqueducts or anything similar. You can't have solid ground over top of a hole. So you can't like dig a cave. Because what I'd really love to do at this point would be like right over here, dig a channel and like dig this a little deeper and have water flowing into the bottom of it and put pumps around it. I think I'd look awesome. But if I did that, I'd have to dig the channel open the whole way. Because you can't have ground over top of water. Or the other thing to do would be to pump water up in the air somehow. Which would not be a reasonable thing to do just yet, because I don't have nearly enough power to do it with, but You can pump water up in the air and then run it over an aqueduct, but you can't do that either because, well, optimization precludes it. Alas. Okay, we do not have enough food. There's lots of food available. It isn't being harvested because we do not have enough farmhouses. I think I'm going to remove all these berries and plant something better in there. And we can plant more berries up here maybe, out of the way. Yeah. Put 2 farmhouses there. And then plant wheat. Don't really want to do wheat down there though. I could plant wheat up here on this plateau. Okay, the problem is though, wheat production requires power. And what do we have available to make power? We could build an engine. No, we couldn't because that requires metal. We don't have metal yet. So I guess we just have to run a shaft up there. Which is not impossible. Where would you want to put the water wheel though? If you put the water wheels like here somewhere, and then stepped the power up here and ran it across there, it'd be tricky getting... That's getting pretty far away from the district center. Well, actually not really. We could improve it a lot if we ran this up over to here and then put steps up. Right along here. I think that might actually be a solution. Okay. Like that. Maybe build steps up the cliff. And that should get the district center over here. Instead of being at the ragged edge of what you can do, it'd be right like nice and green. And then if we built a bit of path going that way and stepped that down into there. I don't think we want to be down into there at all. We built some platform across that gap. The less we build out... Okay, I want to make this whole area green, which means we probably should put a dump right here. A water dump. I think that would cover most of it. Failing that, maybe right here would be a good spot. And then we could put the farmhouses right here. And the mills over here. And then the water wheels right down here. I think that would be workable. And then as far as water wheels go, put that like so. And then, yeah, that's out of reach of the building area. So if we do like that, and that, and that, and that, that gets everybody down into here. And then for power, Okay, we're gonna have to unlock the high power. Go like that. Okay. I don't know if the beavers can reach that or not, but I guess we'll find out in a bit. And this would be run power along the back here for the mills. Okay. So the place for the water dump itself. Oops, we don't want dam, we want levee. Would be there, I think. So like so. And then... yeah. Run that out of the way a little bit. Go ahead and order that tree deleted. Increase the priority on this a bit. Okay. And then for mechanical power over here, we get the compact wheels. I'd like the large wheel. We could afford it at this point. Actually, the large wheel would not really fit well in here. Well, no, it wouldn't work in there. Compact wheels are the way to go for this. We'll put 2 in for now, right in the middle of the stream. That should be functional. I don't know if that'll provide enough to really run a whole lot of grist mills, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, so those don't go there yet. We can put 2 farmhouses in here. That said, if we did that, it would block easy access to where I want to put the grist mills. So it's probably better to put the farmhouses over here, because they will have plenty of range. Well, let's get the infrastructure done first. Set everybody to prioritize harvesting. Get us over the current starvation problem. Okay. Another thing we need to do. And I just spent all that buying large water wheels so I could see that it wasn't going to fit where I was thinking about putting it. We need to make some dedicated water races so we can put in some large water wheels. Apparently, the log consumption for the engine has been significantly reduced, so it's much more reasonable to use that now. That said, we need metal for that. We're a ways away from being heavy metal processing going. Not that it would be that hard to really do. Yeah. It's really just... we could do it without too much effort. It'd be a bit expensive, though. I think it's probably better if we wait on that for a bit. Okay, so... oh yeah, this still needs to be built. Relatively low priority. Also, they are not filling that up very quickly. Okay. Let's hire a few more haulers. Think that'll be acceptable, question mark? Oh, this is not producing. We don't have anywhere near enough horsepower available to run everything here. I wonder if I can just add another wheel. I need to get a setup for a big wheel setup somewhere. Apparently there's a trick you could do using dams to make water run way faster than it's supposed to. I don't know if the large wheel requires too deep water to run effectively or not, also. I'm gonna guess it probably doesn't. Anyway, we won't worry about it for now. The important part is that they're actually building everything except that, apparently. Oh, we need to run a path through here, that's why. And the reason I haven't run a path through there yet is because I wasn't sure where the grist mills were going to go. Because I don't remember how big they are. We're pretty close to having enough science points to unlock the grist mill, so we'll worry about that later. Okay. Close to having the water dump set up, which should green up this whole area, hopefully. Yeah. How are we doing for planks? Not very many. Hopefully they can build this once they get this path in. These are definitely... Actually, those are in progress of being constructed. Okay. At least one of them is. Okay, yeah, the beavers can't reach that, actually. Good deal. Alright, everything's shaping up pretty well. One of you guys should start planting or everybody's gonna die shortly. We are definitely having food trouble. Hopefully we get this up and running before we really start having serious food trouble. As opposed to almost serious food trouble. Yay, everything's all green. So at this point, we should go ahead and build a couple farmhouses. That one to plant, one to harvest, and plant wheat. Like that. Yeah. That should be plenty of wheat. 2 farmhouses is probably not enough for that. You might end up putting more up here or something. For that matter, we could grow more crops up here as well if we, once we clear those trees off. Put another farmhouse here maybe later. The important part, though, is that we have mechanical power. The beginnings of it. Coming around the corner. Go ahead and unlock the grist mill. Okay, so we put the first grist mill there. And then build the second one there. 2 is probably not going to be enough, so we're going to want to put some on the other side of the road as well. That does tell me where the road goes, which is what I wanted to know. Namely, it goes through here. Now, if this is connected up to the road, that means the district is suddenly much closer and they can build those stairs. Also, we can put in support to build a second grist mill, which we are definitely going to need. Because unlike pretty much every other game in existence, for some reason, this one You actually need... actually, wait, did they change that a little bit? It looks like they changed it a little bit. It used to be you needed 1 grist mill for every bakery, but now it looks like you might be able to run 2 bakeries on 1 grist mill. Almost. Okay. I won't complain about that. I still wish it was more like 1 to 4 or something like that, but... okay. I said I wasn't going to complain about it. I would complain very mildly about it. So hopefully with this built, good. Now they can reach that power shaft. These don't really need to be built, but I'll allow them to be built anyway. Same as these over here. They're not required, but why not? They don't hurt anything. Cost a few resources, no big deal. Okay, everybody is still very hungry. That is a problem. Not a whole lot I can do about it at the moment, though. Hopefully we don't lose any to starvation. But let's face it, we're probably going to lose a bunch to starvation. This is a little bit annoying. I can tell them to prioritize carrots, though, so that's important. These don't reach the other ones, so... I will tell them to prioritize wheat. Just because, might as well. If I had a wider river, I would start growing some water crops, but we don't. Wheat grows a lot slower than carrots, but still fairly quickly. By the time the grist mills are ready, we'll definitely have the wheat up. Oh, I need to do storage as well for this. We'll do a small storage for now. I need 2 of these. Actually, I need more than 2. Okay, we'll put wheat there. And flour here. For now. Okay. Allowed. None. Store. Come on, it's here somewhere. There it is. Wheat. And you store... Oops, allowed none. Wheat flour. Okay. Then we need another one somewhere. Actually, I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to order these last 2 tiles of wheat destroyed. And then we're going to take and build another warehouse facing the opposite direction. Congratulations, you are for bread. Oops. There. And let's unmark you for deletion. And go ahead and order wheat planted there. Because there's no point in not having... Okay. We have the storage available. Yeah, this isn't going to solve the food crisis, but it will at least help a little bit. In the meantime, I am going to order more carrots planted over here. In a probably doomed attempt to keep everybody from dying of starvation. I probably should have done this a long time ago, but oh well. We're doing it now. Okay, and I'm also going to order more planting be done of blueberry bushes. Because I might as well. Plant the whole area. Keep those gatherers busy. That's not many blueberry bushes to be planted, but... Okay, I should order those trees removed. They're just getting in the way. Yeah, there we go. We haven't lost anybody to hunger yet. So I'll take that as a... Well, not a good sign, but... a sign that the catastrophic emergency hasn't happened quite yet. Okay, make wheat flour. Okay. We have enough power. We just don't have any workers available. And also we don't have any wheat available, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. How many do I need to unlock this? 160? Okay, so... please say there are people working here. Yes, there are. Good, okay. Now, hopefully this food crisis resolves itself fairly quickly. Looks like we got another carrot batch coming, so... Well-being is very low at the moment, because they don't have food. Surprisingly, that makes people really unhappy. They'll be back to being happy shortly, though. As soon as the wheat crop starts coming in, things are going to improve a lot. Well, as soon as we get bakeries built and the wheat crop starts coming in. Because wheat is a pretty efficient food crop. I think it's still the most efficient one in the game. There's some others that are pretty efficient as well, but nothing quite as good as wheat. Carrots are actually surprisingly efficient. They're definitely the best early game. And we've got a drought coming. That is actually kind of bad, because we need that power to run the grist mill. Not that we're going to see the wheat grow up before the end of the drought anyway, I guess. As long as all this stays green, carrots should hopefully hold us over. Okay. There's the wheat storage. So when the farmers harvest, it should get hauled over here, ready to run into the grist mill. Looks like we're being held up by gears here. And these are... Okay, we just need some gears and planks, and this will all be done. Water, we're actually looking good on. I think we might probably be okay through the drought. Maybe. Oh, these can't get planted because they're too far away from the forester. Okay. I should probably have noticed that earlier. Oh well. Oh, missed a spot. Okay. Food, still a problem, of course. It's not really improving at this rate. Got about 5 more days left before the wheat is ready. We've got quite a lot of carrots, actually. I could probably squeak another farmhouse in somewhere. Just to provide more people to harvest carrots. Is that a good idea? Probably is actually a good idea. We could build it up here. Then we would have to do some funny stuff to get them back down on the ground. Yeah, no. Be much smarter to say, go ahead and remove the planting orders for the sunflowers and set you to prioritize harvesting the sunflowers. Which is actually a bit of a bad idea, but doesn't hurt anything. Well, the carrots would produce more food faster than the sunflowers will. So that is a moderate drawback. Okay, you. Prefer doing carrots, please. And now let's build another farmhouse. Do we have workers for this? No, we actually do not. Well, tough. It's a priority job. Yeah, okay. And you guys prefer harvesting. You prefer planting. You prefer harvesting. There we go. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to put a roof on this or if I'm going to put something else on top of it. We'll worry about that later. For now, it's definitely not a priority. Although building this should be the top priority of everybody at the moment. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and order this roof built. I think, actually, wait. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, they removed those trees that were in the way. That's why I didn't do that before. And the only reason they could remove the trees is because I built this. Yeah, okay. So they should build that roof now once they build that platform, which I will then delete later. Because we don't need a temporary platform in there. Okay. Why aren't they working on this? This is a low priority. I'll mark it as such. These are all working, not working because they don't have any, what are you gonna call it, no power. How far away are we from wheat? A few days probably. Okay. Now each patch gives 3 wheat. Each wheat gives 1 wheat flour, I think. Yeah, 1 to 1. And if I remember correctly, the bakery produces like 5 loaves per wheat flour. Yeah. Okay. 5 is right. Speaking of which, we need to put some bakeries in here. Okay. Let's put one over there. One over there. 4 of them should be enough. 2 mills, 4 bakeries, something like that. I think that's approximately correct, judging by the speeds everything works at. This takes 7/10 of an hour. And this one, good thing it reminded me to set the recipes. These take less than that. Like 4/10, I think it is, or something. Okay, those are finally built. We definitely do not have enough planks or gears to make many of these. Yeah, gears are a limiting factor. So even if the wheat matures before the drought, which it is, we won't have bakeries ready before then. Okay. We do finally have over 100 carrots in storage. That is not enough to last very long, but I think, remember correctly, a beaver eats 2.5 units of food per day. Something like that. So each single unit of wheat grown is enough to feed 6 beavers for a day, which actually isn't very much. Yeah, we're probably going to want a much larger, eventually, farm. These need to have their priority bumped a little bit. We have a bit of a beaver worker problem. Who can have their workers removed? Okay, currently the inventor huts are a low priority task. Food production is top priority. Hauling post is moderate priority. We'll leave that alone. Milling is a high priority. At least one of the mills. Okay. So we are getting wheat piling up in there. The mill is running, getting flour piling up. We are getting some amount of flour in there. Okay. Hopefully it all works out. I mean, we're no longer desperate for carrots anymore. We have almost 300 in stock. But I still want bread available. I probably should build some more breeders now that we're no longer quite so desperate for food, and now that we're about to have a major new food source come online. But I'm going to hold off on that until I actually see bread pouring out of the... Okay. We need to get somebody producing gears. How much power do you guys use? 60 horsepower, so it'd be 120 total. That is definitely producing enough to power both 2 grist mills, so no need to mess with that. It could be made more efficient, probably, but yeah. Apparently, dams actually suck water into them. And so if you build dams right in front of your water wheels, that helps speed them up. And also, apparently there's some kind of weirdness where if a dam has flat ground in front of it and behind it, it tends to suck through even faster than what it normally should and boost the water somehow. Which I don't fully understand. And I'm not entirely sure if that's actually correct. That's just kind of the understanding I gained from at first glance kind of thing. From some discussion in the devs Discord. Basically, that's a fancy way of saying, don't quote me on that. And go look it up yourselves before you try it. Because it may not work the way I just described it. But there's something to do with dams and water wheels interacting in weird ways. But anyway, there's no real need to abuse any of that kind of thing right now, because we have more or less enough power. I would like to get a bigger reservoir. Although really that isn't going to change anything. I don't like the way these water sources work. I wish that they had just water coming from the map border and certain regions of the map border being specified as water sources. I mean, I know why it doesn't work that way. It'd be too exploitable, but the problem with the water sources is that they have a specified flow amount, and your map has a certain amount of water flow available, and that is it. There is nothing that can be done to increase it, which I guess is somewhat realistic. I think it'd be kind of cool if there was like a powered well building or something that could be built somehow that would pull water out of the ground just anywhere. Although obviously it wouldn't be able to be usable for making hydropower, but... And I guess my current problem is hydropower. Start baking. Yay, we've got bread production. Okay, so we have 4 breeding pods, and that is keeping our population at about 30 or so, 30 to 30 something. Which I think it was like 40 something earlier. So apparently we're supporting a little over 10 beavers per pod, which according to what I think it should be, I thought it was something like 16, roughly, with basic... I'm not sure how lifespan is calculated nowadays. Looks like we need to spread a little more social life and rooftop joy around. Everybody should be walking past a roof every day, going to and from bed, so... because these roofs cover all the entrances to the buildings. I'm not sure why anybody would be lacking roof. I should probably spread the love around a little more by putting one like here and over here. Do I want to immediately roof this? I don't actually, because this is kind of temporary. I want larger warehouses. But anyway, how are we doing on... We're already over 100 bread stored. So we can definitely afford more beavers. Yeah, my brain is saying this should be supplying almost 60 beavers. It's currently not. But that was conditioned on a lifespan, assuming beavers had housing and carrots in the old system. Whereas I don't know how lifespan is affected by the new system, and it doesn't seem to want to tell me. Yeah, I don't know what the bonuses are for higher well-being, because it just doesn't say. And it should somewhere. Supposedly the new system is clearer than the old one. Okay, here we go. Next tier, well-being 17. plus 40% life expectancy instead of 20%. Okay, why is this hidden in here instead of being listed in the well-being tab where I would expect it to be? 20% work speed. Next here at 15 is 40%. Okay, that's a pretty major jump. So clearly we want to get a level of 15 as quickly as we can. What would be cheap and easy things to increase? These should be increased. We could probably reduce the working day a little bit, which would greatly improve the capacity. We could buy the beaver statue. These rocket up pretty... Okay, here. What can we get in decorations? Beaver statue... Actually, wait, that's 500 science points. That's... And it requires metal. Okay, I don't remember the beaver statue being that expensive. I remember it being really cheap. Okay. Well, some more roofs scattered around would help things out a little. How much is a roof? They're cheap. Okay. We'll just roof everything that can be roofed. That'll make some beavers a little happier. And we can get basic shrines going. These are small and can be scattered all over the place, so we'll put like a few over there. You can sit there and face the wall and think about what you've done. Put a couple in there. And let's see. Fit a few in here. That should keep beavers pretty happy. Okay. Little swimming hole, which improves fun and gives... I don't have the science points for it though, because currently science production is offline because we don't have enough population. I'm going to go ahead and build a couple more breeding pods somewhere. Where should we put these things? Let's put the breeding pods down here. Okay. So that should improve population a little. Improve happiness a little. We should get to at least 13, maybe 14. Is there anything else easy and cheap we can do to improve? Okay, I'm not sure how this is pronounced. Lido? Lido or something? It's relatively expensive. We could probably delete a few of these berry bushes and plant one down here. Tooth grindstones being handled. Campfire and rooftop turrets drop off unacceptably. I'm not sure why. But we can put some campfires there for now, because they're cheap. If that improves the campfire situation considerably, then we might have to do something similar with rooftop terraces. Just build some more somewhere. The problem is rooftop terraces can only be built on top of things, so we'd have to get creative with them. I don't want to remove these roofs, because these roofs are important to keeping everybody happy. Okay. That's sort of satisfied. Yeah, this roof is improving the mood of everybody that goes past it somehow. Don't ask me why. It just works that way. We need a lot more workers. We currently have 16 unfilled jobs. Anyway. So the food problem is finally solved. Considering we have 400 carrots and 200 bread in store, I think that kind of... Where are they storing all those carrots? There's 200 in here. Oh, 50 in each farmhouse. Okay, I see. I see. We need to buy the larger warehouse, too. The other faction gets an even larger warehouse, but it has some interesting restrictions. I don't use it very often, just because it can't be built. It can only be built on the ground, and you can't build other stuff over top of it. So if you don't want to build a tall, sprawling setup, then it works fine, but... Which, we need to get metal going soon. Probably should start working on getting a second district going soon. The problem with getting a second district going... Well, this district produces enough food. We could build another metalworking. We could build a metalworking district over here or somewhere. And then export food from here to there. Okay, beavers are happy. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because if they don't hit 15, we don't get the bonus. And here comes the drought. And there goes all of our power production. Thankfully, we appear to have mostly full water tanks. We need to build more water tanks, too. That is not enough. Where are we going to put these things? Probably should delete these small water tanks down here. Okay, we're actually going to set those to empty storage. So they'll try to haul from these water tanks to all the other water tanks. Be emptied out quickly. And then we can put a large water tank in there. Yeah. And that's still not going to be enough water. But it'll be a step in the right direction. It probably wouldn't hurt to put another water tank like over here maybe. Or actually probably up here would be a better bet. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I haven't unlocked the triple platform yet. Well. Okay, I guess we need to build a double and a single to get up there. Not a big deal, just moderately annoying. Okay, do we have the supplies to build this thing on hand? Not really. Okay, we'll build that later. For now, let's go ahead and delete both of these. And then let's order a large tank built. Like so. Obviously, it isn't going to help with this drought, but it'll help with the next drought. This drought, 6 days long. Now, hopefully we don't run into any water trouble by the end of it. I think we might be okay. We need... I'd really like to get some engines going. They produce 400 horsepower. That's enough to run quite a lot of stuff, actually. We consume logs to do it, but that's not a problem. It's relatively easy to grow logs. It used to be, with the old engine, which consumed way more fuel than the current one does, It used to consume, I think it was 90 tiles of maple was needed to run one engine full time. But obviously that's been greatly reduced. Don't remember exactly by how much it was reduced. But a reasonable sized plot of maple, like not this large, probably a bit smaller, could probably run an engine. So if I was to build a district up here, they would need wood anyway for smelting. Does any of the metal stuff require power? Yes. The smelter requires 200 horsepower. Okay, so one engine could run 2 smelters. But of course you can't build the engine without metal, so we would have to run some shafting up there to get started. That's where the folktales actually have a slight benefit. Because they only need to have... they can build windmills. Which are really unreliable. But they make it really easy to have a small amount of power just somewhere. You just plunk down a windmill and there you go. Especially with gravity batteries. You could put a windmill just kind of anywhere and put a gravity battery there. And pretty sure gravity battery isn't unique to the faction. No, it's not. Okay, so Folktales could build a gravity battery. It's like up here. Just put a gravity battery or 2 here on this cliff. Maybe put some platforms to get it higher up in the air yet. And then put a windmill or 2. And you could run a smelter. Don't know about efficiently or constantly. But you definitely could do it. Even without the gravity batteries, you could do it. But the gravity battery would help keep it more consistent. Build some large windmills or something. And I don't know if large windmill requires... I don't know if it requires power or not. Okay, so we're about halfway through the drought. We have 200 water in stock. I think we'll be fine. We should be more than fine. Uh-oh. Ran out of water up here. Emergency, emergency. Somebody get up here and run the water dump. There we go. Yeah, because these need to have workers assigned working on them. A little silly to have a worker assigned to a thing that just dumps water. But I guess it probably makes sense for if you were actually filling a reasonable pond instead of a tiny little single tile. It would make a lot more sense then. Like if I was filling this pond, say, with water, with a water dump, it would make sense to have somebody assigned to do that. Is everybody going in here to get bread? Yeah, they are. What is this thing storing? Wheat flour. Okay, it's empty. Oh! I'm an idiot. The storage thing for bread does not have a path. Well, now it does. That's why this was full up. Okay. Okay. And we can't make wheat flour because we don't have any power. Another reason why I want engines is so that these can run all the time instead of being on the whims of the... This is about ready to dry up. Thankfully, we only have a day and a half of drought left. Because this stream is just about ready to dry up completely. Probably because we've been pumping water out of it the whole time. But that's why I only have 1 pump on this side of the dam. Okay. The water should come back before anything actually dies. The carrots have 2 days before they die. It'll be about 1 day before the water arrives. Some of the carrots will continue growing because of the water dump up here. as I was saying. The water dump up here. Okay. Yeah. What I should do is get some dynamite and dynamite out some holes along the bank. And that'll hold the water, even when the main stream dries. Okay. So, drought done in 0.3 days. The carrots should survive just fine. They've got about half a day of leeway. The water should get here that soon. Yay, the water flows. Okay. Carrots have a bit more than half a day. The water will get here in plenty of time. It's like, oh, why aren't these guys harvesting? They're not harvesting because building is full. How's the population doing? 35. We're still 12 beavers short of a full load. Okay, the large water tank is basically empty. The small ones have a tiny little bit of water in them. These pumps should start pumping shortly. Everybody's extremely interested in satisfying their wet fur need. Okay, we're going to have a little bit of parched throats, but it should end basically before it hardly gets going. It will cause well-being to drop quite a bit, but when this tank gets filled, or yeah, when this tank gets finished and filled, next drought should be much easier. How did this get water in it? Must have had some water splash up over the bank or something. That's odd. Certainly won't complain about it though. I do kind of want this to be filled somehow. Probably dynamite out a little corner here and put a dam in there. That way water can flow through the dam to fill this, and then but not flow back out. And that would help a little bit with keeping some of this area green. Basically a nice cheap way to green things up a little. Okay, so except for our lack of population problem, things are going pretty well in Beavertopia. Also, why are all you idiots working here? That's a low priority job. Water dumps should probably be normal priority jobs. Because we do need to keep those full of water. Or, you know, keep them from drying out so we can keep planting crops. Okay. These aren't quite producing enough power to run the grist mills on full, but close enough. A little bit short on wheat flour. Okay, anyway. I do want more haulers working, but it is lower priority than most things. What next priority should be? We have this water tank available. Maybe I should add another water pump? I'd like to get metalworking running. But to get metalworking running, we're going to have to do some serious work, and I want free population for that. Also, I really think I'm going to have to... well, maybe we don't have to do another district quite yet. But it's going to be on the ragged edge of it. Yeah, we can get a... We can extend this path over here. Yeah, we'll be able to make it up in there. Kind of zigzag up the cliff and barely be able to get some gatherer flags within range. Probably build the smelters. Build a smelter down here. Just to produce some metal. And then start building district infrastructure in the area. Because I like to try to build the districts close enough together that you can build all the infrastructure the district needs and then sever it from the main district or whatever district was serving as the constructor for it once it has everything it needs and probably then some. There are other ways of doing it, of course. Let me check something actually. Okay, the drop-off point is free to build. It doesn't require any resources. So you could actually... District centers are also free. So you could place a district center drop-off point, order your beavers to haul all the important materials to sustain life to the drop-off point, and then just migrate some beavers and have them do all the work of building the district, which is the other way of doing it and is actually perfectly valid as well. In some ways, it's actually tempting to do it that way instead. If I could build a district down in here, I think that'd be awesome. Build most of the district machinery up on top. Put the smelting area down here, housing over here maybe. Just kind of build everything into these cliffs. To do that, though, I want a reasonable supply of everything in this district. Basically get this district well self-supporting. So we have like plenty of gears, plenty of planks, all the basic materials in larger numbers stored. Currently we have a decent number of planks. Not many gears. Lots of food stockpiled, which we are actually at. We have over 1,000 bread apparently. Most of it stored in the bakeries. Lots of water stockpiled. We're currently at barely enough water. Speaking of which, it's time to build that extra one over there. Okay. We should have everything we need in stock to build this already. Yes. Basically, I want this district to be bulletproof before I go splitting off another district. But the next district, I think, is going to be over here. Up here is tempting. Over here, I think, will be more interesting. Of course, the problem is water. And the solution, I think, is to build a dam right here at the map edge. Or just before the map edge, probably. A nice 2-block tall dam. So like levees across there and then dam across the top of that. And then divert water into here. And let it fill this area up. I actually would not build the whole thing topped with a dam. We would just build a little bit. Actually, how would I want to do this for sure? I think the ideal would be levee like that. And then levee like this. But not there. And then dam there. And levee here and here. Topped with a large water wheel. Like that. That would force all the water to go right through that water wheel. Because that is 180 horsepower per unit of flow compared to 40 that the compact would give you. This would give us probably enough horsepower to run a single smelter without too much trouble. And then onto this, we would build a platform. Stairs like that. Okay, and then over here, put a way to get into the river. Okay. Let's just start roughing this place out. So here's the stairs to get down to the work area. That's insanely expensive. But it can only be built over top of this thing. I think it has the same footprint as this thing. I sure hope it does anyway. Okay, we're going to need a lot more science points before we can actually build this thing. But what is the footprint? Is the question I have. I think we can probably just lay this out like so for now. Okay. Weirdly, paths underwater do work. Beavers just swim above the path. It's kind of strange, but I guess that's the beaver thing to do. Question mark. Okay, we will delete some of that along the bank. We do need a path between the districts. So let's go ahead and order that built. Okay, so this is the basic, this is where the district center is going to be. The drop-off point is going to be, probably some of the main storage is going to be here. That kind of stuff. Go ahead and put that in there. Put housing up here, I think. And for this, we will actually run it around like that. The district gate is probably going to go right here. Or maybe over here. I'll decide later. For now, we will allow this district to extend as far as it can down the path. Which probably isn't going to be much farther than about here somewhere. They definitely won't be able to get down here to build this. That's one reason why you need districts, is because they have very limited range. We're going to need to plant trees in here somewhere. Probably on the other side of the river. Over here, build a big tree plantation, maybe. Let's see, what would be a good place for a bridge? I think these two are on the same height. Yeah, they are. Okay. Okay, so that's going across that. And then like so. That gets us up to the ledge here. I don't have any bridges unlocked yet. So I need to figure out how wide that gap is. Okay, let's see if I can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So divide by the 3-block wide bridge, which is 400 science. This is getting extremely expensive in science points very quickly, this district. Okay. And then we will build a levee there and there. All the science? Yeah, I definitely need to build more science. Okay. So if we run this path over here, like that, and then run that like that, we can build tree farming in here to produce the wood they're going to need. All right. Food will be imported probably for now. Water we can pump out of the reservoir somewhere around here. Yeah, I need to get more science going. Do we have any unemployed beavers? No, we do not. Matter of fact, we have 5 jobs that need beavers. Okay. I guess we'll just have to wait for our current either population to grow or more science to be produced. I think we've hit the extent of what the district can't reach any farther than this. So none of this can be built with the current district, which is not surprising. Okay. So we're shipping in food. I don't want to, but we could also ship in water. If we put a water tank right here, that'd be fairly central. Is there anywhere else that would fit it better? Probably not. Okay. How much was it going to cost to buy the 3-wide bridge? 400? Okay, we'll do that right now. Ta-da! We get a bridge. Okay. That was definitely a bit of a waste of science points, but I really want this here so I don't forget that that's supposed to be a bridge and what size it is. I really want these metal platforms, but that'll be a while before we can afford those. Okay, the drought has started. It is 6 days. We have almost 900 water. That's more than enough. I'm going to pause that pump so we don't suck our reservoir dry this time. But speaking of pumps, where are the pumps going to go here? They need to hang out over top of this area. I would like to put them up high. Maybe I should build... Okay. Let's go ahead and build like this. Wait, how much space do pumps require? I think this is right, but let's double check. Yes, that'll work. Okay. Like that. Put a double on top of it, and put a double on top of that. And that gets us not quite enough for... I wish I could afford the triple at the moment. Probably should wait until I can afford the triple. Yeah. I'm going to wait until I can afford the triple. But we're going to have to do a triple with a double on top of it anyway. But that'll make it look a little nicer. But let's put the deep water pump on top so I can remember what that looks like. This would not be possible with the other faction because their water pump only goes down 2 tiles, I think. Whereas this one goes down much deeper. So we can reach the river below. And then we will put a large water tank there. That's probably not enough water tankage. Probably should put more around, but we'll deal with that later. Barracks go there. Stairs up. Single platforms. Like that, I guess. And then stairs that way. Platforms like so. And then let's see. What did I build over here and how to build it? Oh, that's how I built that. Okay. Well, we'll do it differently over here, I guess. Like that. That gets us a nice flat roof to build on. Then we can go... Okay, that gets us 20 workers worth of housing. I think we'll leave a... Okay, where's the stairs? There's the stairs. So we can do like this. And put in enough to get 40 workers worth of housing. The first set of workers here are definitely going to be doing nothing but building. Straight time. So, if you put 2 of those back to back, that's a terrible waste of space. Absolutely criminal. There we don't have access. Here we do have access. And can do like that. And then if we get decorative crap and put like shrubs in the corners or something. Then we just do paths. Like so. Okay, we got some rooftop terraces. That should keep the beavers happy. Some of them anyway. Now, of course, we have the problem of where do we fit the other simple things like campfires. We can fit 1 campfire there. And we could probably fit another one there with a little bit of assistance. Okay. I guess 2 campfires is going to have to be enough. Wait. Ground only. Ooh. Okay, you guys might have to be happy with a single campfire. Because I don't really have a whole lot of space around here. Okay. We need a lot of science points. How are we doing on beaver population? Well, we actually have a beaver who does not have a job. Well, congratulations, Mr. Beaver. We're going to build you an inventor's hut. In fact, we're going to build several inventor's huts. So that needs to get cranking. We are almost done with the drought, and we are at 160 some water. Okay, good. That means we could survive the drought without doing any pumping. Also, for some bizarre reason, these are running at the moment. Producing basically no power, but they are turning. Go ahead and unpause the pump. Okay, we've got worker housing, basic worker entertainment. Very basic worker entertainment, to be clear. Power production, the basic beginnings of it. This is nowhere good enough. Nowhere near good enough. But it should be enough to jumpstart the system. Also, it's not connected to anything yet. I assume we're going to put the smelters in here. We'll have to run some platforms. Something like that, maybe. Probably out here and then crossed or something. Run shafting. Because we can't take power off this side of the wheel because the ruins are in the way. Those ruins are important because we need the metal from these ruins to build the mine that's going to go over top of this. Another thing we need up here is the forester. Needs to go in here somewhere. I think we'll just stick him right there. And then we will plant definitely maple trees around all this mess. Okay, what kind of tree are these? Pine. And we'll order wood cutting to happen. Around all this mess. Like that. Okay, I just realized I also need to order no planting to happen right there. That's going to be under the water. Okay. So this will be the initial wood for this district. We'll put the initial log storage, I think, right down here somewhere, maybe. I'm not sure where that needs to go. Okay, here's the district center. There's no harm in building this right now, because beavers can't reach up here anyway to construct anything. So we will actually build the district gate. I think right here would be a good place for it. Okay, so I ordered all this stuff deleted. Trees spread back into it. That's why you need to actually go ahead and build paths when you order it deleted. To prevent that from happening. Okay, actually, how much range does that give me on my district? It gives me a little bit more. We might be able to build some of this stuff up here with the current beavers. Okay. We can buy the triple high platforms. And then put doubles on top of those. And that'll give us enough to build 3 pumps. Oops. Need to go a little farther here. There we go. Right like that. Technically this corner is not needed. Let's delete it, I guess. Wouldn't hurt anything to leave it there, and I'm kind of tempted to leave it there, but now we'll delete it. Okay, so. How far does the district go now? Ooh. We can build some of the starting stuff right around here, apparently. Okay, right there is where it ends. There's extremely unlikely they'll be able to build the housing. But we will be able to build a large water tank here. We might be able to build some amount of the water pump facility. Especially if I make a few mild modifications here. Like that. Okay, so we'll hold off building the district gate for now. I want to get absolutely as much of this built from the main district before I cut it off as possible, because that'll make it way easier. Instead of shipping resources in, having a separate set of beavers move it around and do the building, we can just have everybody do the building and the shipping at the same time. Much more efficient. But this stuff up here, this stuff down here, probably this stuff over here, that'll be for the locals to build. Some of this might get built. Can I order these demolished at this point? I don't think I want to yet. I don't actually want to order that demolished until this dam is constructed. I am going to go ahead and build some storages in here, though. In particular, the log storage. Where exactly do I want to build it, though? I want it to be in range of the district, so it's filled from the other district. You know what? We're going to build a temporary log storage. I think. Right there. Then we can put the district gate right here later. A temporary log storage here. That'll provide them a nice shot of resources they can use to build this stuff down here first. I'm actually going to design this. No, I won't. Not until I can see how big the smelter is. Because I need to know if the smelters can actually fit in here, how much empty space there is if they do fit. That'll all have a lot to do with what exactly can be done and what can't be done. Okay, how much does this district? Yeah, this is right on the ragged edge. It's actually a lot farther than I thought it would reach. This can definitely be built. These maybe can be built. Okay. This might actually be able to be fully built. No, wait. Oh. Right here's the end of the road, so to speak. But they can reach past that a little bit. Okay, make sure all the paths placed properly. Yeah. Okay, so things we need to unlock before we can actually disconnect this as well are the smelter, which we can actually afford to unlock right now. Ooh. Okay, I think 2 smelters is probably going to be enough to start. Definitely one is enough to start. If we build the first smelter right there and build the first gatherer's flags right here, that means that we can easily do a double platform right there. And then power shafting there. Like this. Okay, that should provide enough power to run the smelter. At least somewhat. Obviously, this is not going to be able to be built by the local beavers, or not the remote beavers. The locals have to build this later. I'm going to be doing a lot of very careful work with work priorities down here, I think. Actually do that right now. Okay, so this is a low priority. These are also low priorities. This infrastructure, okay, this is low priority. Those are low priority. The supports for them are normal priority. This dam is very high priority. Okay, everything that's not part of that dam is normal priority. These stairs to get down in here should be high priority. Okay. I think that's all we really need to do with prioritization at the moment. These are high priority. This is normal priority. Basically, that'll make sure that the levees are placed before we start dumping water in there. Or, you know, make sure for whatever values of ensure there are. That should be high priority just because they'll save beavers walking distance while they're building this local stuff. Okay. Storage. Can we unlock the large storage? Yes, we can. Thank goodness. We'll put this here. Do like that. We'll put another large warehouse on top of it. Then we will do a double platform right in front of the door. A single platform there, a single platform there. Stairs, stairs, path, path. This one is set to accept nothing except metal. Where's that? What is it even called? I know, okay, there we go, metal blocks. And this one underneath it is set to accept nothing except scrap metal, which is right there. Okay. Hello, Bo. Your poor nephew, what did he ever do to deserve that? Okay. We could actually bring stairs down here. And that would be a shorter and more efficient path. We'll have to get scaffolding up here to build roofs on that later, somehow. But that's a problem for later. Okay, and we're going to want another storage. Large warehouse. Placed there, probably. And this one is going to be to hold food. Food that is shipped in from foreign... Okay, store nothing. Except carrots. And... bread, which is right above carrots. Okay, we want 500 of each. I don't think there's a way to set a maximum. So they can't overfill the warehouse, which is a problem. I haven't discovered a way to set a maximum anyway. But anyway, this will be built by our friendly non-local beavers over there. Okay. I'm really surprised how far the district is reaching. Like, they built all the way down here. They're going to be able to build all this. They might even be able to build some of these warehouses. They won't be able to build this, I doubt. Don't think they're able to build any of this, but we'll see. Okay. This is coming along surprisingly well. I always have a problem where I build the districts way too complicated before I cut them off. Like, I spend way too much effort on them. Making them huge and everything you can possibly imagine all available on site. Okay, we'll put the district drop-off point right there, so it's nice and close to the entrance, or with the future entrance. Eventually, we're going to have to be at a distribution post. Before the district can start working, we need a distribution post. We're probably going to put our distribution post in here somewhere. Yeah. It's going to take them quite a while to build all this. We're going to have to build a distribution post over here. Probably actually either here or here. I haven't quite decided where. And this place also needs a receiving area, so we can send metal back later. I don't think this district's going to be producing anything else. I mean, it'll produce its own wood locally. But that'll be for its own use, not for remote use. Okay, so we can fit a second smelter here. I think maybe I should put another wood storage down here. Or, and this is silly, I could level this off and put one on top of the warehouse here. Actually, that might not be quite as dumb of an idea as it sounds. We can do like that, and then put an industrial log pile on there. And then put you there. And stairs there. Okay. This is really silly. Also highly inefficient. If I put a triple platform, or no wait, double platform right there. No, we'd have to use a signal. We could do some kind of monstrosity, something like that. To allow access to there. And then we'd have a flat platform up here to build on that can be easily connected to that. Unfortunately, I don't think it will allow us to build a campfire on top of that. No, it won't, because it has to be built on the ground. Okay. Or we can do silly things like put shrub over here or something. Or maybe a beaver statue. Once we have enough science points to unlock it. Because we will be producing metal and we can build with it. But we'll put some decoration there probably. This we should probably roof. Actually. Okay. We could build platforms over top of this. And then we could build a big roof over top of the whole structure. That would look kind of cool. And that would give everybody who ran past here a dose of, ooh, look, a pretty roof, as they ran by. Since they won't be getting any roof doses from their housing. But anyway, this monstrosity is exactly that, a monstrosity. But that's why I love this game, because you can build monstrosities like this. That's why I wanted to play on a map that was like this and had some verticality to the terrain. Because it just makes it fun to stack everything up the cliff sides. Oh, we appear to be in another drought. I honestly didn't even notice. 600 some water. There's 3.5 days left. Okay, that's fine. I probably should turn this water pump off before it dries this whole thing out. They can indeed reach and build some of these. So that's good. I need to build more water storage here. Probably. Although this place, with the deeper, with there being no real need for irrigation here, we can keep pumping all year long. And it doesn't matter if it dries it out. Well, yeah, we would need to put a dam here to separate the two. Which I'll probably do anyway. And in the future, it wouldn't hurt if I use some explosives to deepen this out a little bit. Anyway. So how much food do we have? 1,200. Mostly bread. Large amount of carrots as well. So we're doing pretty well on food. We're doing okay on beaver well-being. They're a little short on shelter, actually. Okay, so they finally reached the point where... How many unemployed beavers do we have? 9? Okay. I should think of some things for the beavers to do. We're going to be moving some beavers out of here and over to here to work as time goes on. I don't think I'm going to set up any beaver production, so to speak, in this area. I'm just going to set them up to automatically emigrate a certain number. Based on how much population I need to work over here. So we'll keep just the number of beavers we need to work here working. Yeah. That'll make it a little easier to supply everybody. We're definitely going to want to build a hauler's post. Somewhere in here. Probably over here because it'll fit. We'll wait to build some of that stuff till later though. Oh, that needs to be paused. I don't want these running until it's actually time to have beavers working here. For that matter, let's just make sure all the buildings are paused. Just in case they can somehow get built. To that end, I should actually build the hauling post here. Now. And just pause it. Okay. Well, it'll take them like a year to get this place finally built. Not really, but it'll feel like it. And to that end, I think it's time to save the game. Because it is 11:30, and that is already a good bit later than I had planned to go today. Oh boy. Oh, Af made me stay up until 5 a.m. yesterday. Okay, well, he didn't make me. I stayed up till 5 a.m. all by myself, but I should not be staying up that late repeatedly. Otherwise, I will never be able to sleep during the day again, or during the night again. Yeah, he didn't make me, I made myself. We were having too much fun to stop. Let's see. Is there anybody playing anything interesting? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, I think we're probably going to play this again tomorrow. And then we'll see about the weekend. I'm inclined to play Factorio as normal on the weekend, but we'll see. This new update's got some cool stuff in it, and I haven't really played this game much in a long time, except, well, the 20 or so hours I played this week on my Steam Deck. Yes, I may have a problem. I should go to sleep earlier instead of laying in bed with holding the Steam Deck over my head and playing with beavers. But anyway, so I think we're just going to call it here or anything. Yeah, hopefully I see you all back here tomorrow. If not, well, oh well. Yeah. In any case, whether you plan to come back tomorrow or not, I hope you had an awesome time, and I hope to... I was about to say, hope to see you tomorrow. That doesn't really flow well. Anyway, and I hope you have an awesome night. I greatly appreciate all of you for stopping by. And where's the stop stream button? There it is. Good night. And goodbye.